This is fine.
That's fine.
I mean, I can break through walls. I just can't.
That's fine.
Get this on.
Greetings, Starfighter. You have been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Zur and the Kodan Armada.
Yeah.
Get ready, prepare for blast off.
Honey! Where's my super suit? Where is my super suit? You tell me what my suit is, woman! We are talking about the greater good!
Don't go there! I live there. I bought a house there. I'm gonna take you there!
To boldly go where no one
has gone before.
And remember, have fun with it!
Hello, everybody. All my beautiful ladies, gentlemen, and every gender in between. Welcome to Project Shadow, episode number 575. Sick Motherfeather Tunes. We're going to do music today. Why? Because I want to, and I haven't done it in a really long time. And there's a few bands out there that I'm really excited about. A couple new songs that I'm really excited about. And one thing that I'm really confused about. But we'll talk about that all when we get there. Hopefully the sound quality is good for everybody. I'm trying something new for this recording, so hopefully it all sounds good. I'm hoping it sounds good. Fingers crossed. So, without further ado, let's get into the music. One of the bands that I have discovered recently that I really wanted to share with you guys is a band called Motherfeather. And yes, Motherfeather is a euphemism for exactly what you think Motherfeather would be a euphemism for. What excites me about them so much is that they are a glam rock band. You heard me right. They are a glam rock band. They do glam rock. And when I say they do glam rock, they do glam rock. This is their song, Motherfeather. Beautiful band. With the makeup and everything. And Courtney is the lead singer, but she doubles her voice with Elizabeth Karina, which allows them to have this amazing sound that you're hearing. If you are a fan of glam rock music, you definitely have to check out Motherfeather. They've excited me more than almost any other band that I've heard recently, and it's because they're taking a very classic sound, a sound that honestly I thought was dead, a sound that I thought had gone the way of the dodo and the dinosaur, and have brought it back and reinvigorated it with so much energy and so much strength and power. They're a really fun band, and I need that in my life. I don't know about you, but I need fun music. They call themselves Popcock Rock, and I agree with that. This is their first album, as far as I've been able to find. It is called Motherfeather. You should definitely check it out. It has some really good tracks on it. Like I said, the track that you were just listening to was their song Motherfeather, which is, of course, where the band is also named from. Living and Breathing, another great track on the album. 747, another great track on the album. And Egyptology, another great track on the album. You should definitely check out their YouTube as well. I'll put a link to their official website in the show notes over at projectshadow.com. But if you have not heard of them before, you really need to check out Motherfeather. They are, I don't know, they have excited me in a way that music has not for a really long time. And that's one of the things that I've been so thrilled about here lately is I've started discovering more bands that are doing just amazingly fun music. Some of them are doing just amazing music. But all in all, music that moves you. Music that makes you feel something. And that's something I really need in my life. I don't know about you, but that's something that I really, really need to have deep down in my soul. Another artist that you really have to check out is Andrew Watt. This is his song, Ghost in My Head. It kind of reminds me of kind of like a 90s rock song.
Where my time go, I don't know who I am anymore. Stranger in my lady's home. She don't want me any.
But you have to just respect his vocals. This is one of those songs that when I heard it for the first time, it just moved me in a way that is hard to describe. It's soulful, it's heartfelt, it's beautiful. It's definitely a track that you need to hunt down and check out and really kind of sink your teeth into, because there is some power there. A wonderful, wonderful track. Definitely something that you should get your hands on. And I have been enjoying a lot of new music lately. These are two that I really wanted to highlight because there's something special about them. There's something about them that makes me, I don't know, reconnect with things that I thought I'd lost in music. And a couple other tracks I just want to mention, I'm not going to play clips from, but that you should definitely check out. There's a band called Goodbye June that have a song called Oh No. Definitely a track that you should be checking out, as well as a band called City and Color. They have a track, Wasted Love. It's off of their If I Should Go Before You album. Beautiful, beautiful tracks, beautiful music. And I don't know, it excites me that there is so much going on, and then it's getting easier and easier to find and dip into this music. And to have that connection again. You know, like we've been talking about, a lot of what's going on with me in my life lately is this desire to reconnect and to become a part of something again. And I think a lot of us have lost those connections. And being able to find a band like Mother Feather, which, I mean, I thought glam rock had gone the way of the dodo. I really did. And then when I found them, I did a little chair jig. I did a little dance. I really fell in love with what I was hearing. And I hope that that moves you in some way, because there's so much out there, not just this band, but others. And by the way, Mother Feather is on the Vans Warped Tour this year, so definitely check that out if you want to see them live. I was kind of looking, and they're not coming too close to me, but there's a couple dates that are kind of close that I might want to go check out. But once you find something that you love, and for me, that's music. One of those things that just is my very beating heart is music. You need to find a way to stay connected to it, to allow it to continue to move you and give you strength and empower you to do and be the things that you want to do and be. And so here I am finding these artists that are doing styles that I didn't think I would ever find again. You know, you guys who have been following me for a long time, you know, I have very eclectic taste in music, but kind of my heart is in that Kiss, Twisted Sister, glam rock kind of thing that I grew up in. You know, I like a lot of other stuff, but when you really want to take me down to my core and what I am really truly all about, that's me. And I didn't think that I would find anything new. You know, I didn't think that people were out there still making it. It's one of the reasons why I kind of fell in love with Walk the Moon when I first heard them, because I love that kind of 80s kitsch style, new wave music, and here they are doing that, and that really excited me. And Brian just fell head over heels in love with them. But here are some bands that are doing kind of, serious rock music. Not that stuff that passes as rock music, but actual rock music. They're still out there. These bands are still in existence. They're still making great, great music. And we need to find them, share them, and support them. So as always, if you know any great music that I should be listening to, hit me up with a link on social media. You can find all my links over at projectshadow.com. I would love to hear what you're listening to. Now, the weird thing of the day, and I'm not going to play any clips from this just because it weirds me out too much. And I don't know what to think about it. If you haven't heard, Train. You know Train. Hey Soul Sister. Drops of Jupiter. Yeah, that one. The piano, ukulele, soft pop music band have recorded a tribute album that is a recording of Led Zeppelin 2, the second Led Zeppelin album. In its entirety, the whole album, every track, they did their own version. No, I can't even say that. They didn't do their own version. They did everything in their power to recreate the original Led Zeppelin album. Their lead singer does his best Robert Plant impersonation. I don't understand why this album came into being. I did some research. I tried to look into this. As far as I can tell, apparently they were on a cruise and they performed tracks from it on the cruise, and they thought that it was fun, and they wanted to recreate an entire classic album from scratch. Why would you do that? I don't understand this. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge fan of covers. I love cover music. I love covers. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. But having said that, I think the art of the cover is finding some way to make it your own. Finding some way to make your version of the song different and unique and special, and not just recreating the song as it was, because we have the song as it was. And it's like with the Nirvana song, Come As You Are. Good song, great song. Nirvana did a great, great version of it. But if you haven't heard the Civil Twilight cover of it, it'll break your heart. Or Masha's cover of it. Again, it'll break your heart. These are beautiful, completely different takes on the song that you can kind of tell where they're coming from the original, but they're not just re-recording the original. They made it their own. They made it special. They made it unique. And I love that, and I hunt that down. And I have quite a large collection of covers of tracks that are special in that way. You know, it's one of the things that I used to love about my Type O albums is they typically did one cover on each album and made it a Type O song. Their cover of Summer Breeze cracks me up every time I hear it. Their cover of Paranoid breaks my heart. Their cover of Hey Joe is a little scary, you know? And you'd expect that from a band like Type O. Now, the only thing that I can figure here is that maybe, just maybe, Train is wanting to pivot into doing more rock music, and they're wanting to show that, hey, they can do rock music or something. I don't understand what the thinking is in here, because it's not a bad album. It's not a great album. It's an unnecessary album. It's an album I don't need. I already have the Led Zeppelin album. And they worked so hard to try to faithfully recreate it. He really is doing a it's a tribute album, it's a cover band album, and they're doing everything in their power to sound like the original tracks. And I don't understand. I mean, I don't understand it. I mean, they say that imitation is the greatest form, most sincerest form of flattery. And if so, then I guess the boys in Led Zeppelin should feel really flattered, because this really is an impersonation album. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know what they're doing. It makes no sense to me. Maybe it makes sense to one of you guys? If so, please let me know, because I would love to find out what in the world was going through their minds when they made this. It's like I said, it's not a bad album. Brian, who's a huge Led Zeppelin fan like I am, and I were sitting around the other day, and I saw that it existed, and I put it on, and we both just kind of stared at the TV, because we were playing it through our Apple TV, and I don't know. It conjured up feelings, which is what I've been saying all along is what I want music to do, but I'm not sure what those feelings were that it was dragging up, because it was like eating diet cookies in a way, because they did, like I said, they did everything in their power to sound like Led Zeppelin, but yet they didn't sound like Led Zeppelin. This sounds like, when you're on a music streaming service and they don't have the band that you're looking for, but instead they have like Led Zeppelin, which is a tribute band that did a cover of all the songs, but it isn't quite the songs. Do you know what I'm talking about? Those bands, they try really, really hard to sound like the original so that you're not completely upset that you don't have access to the original, but they don't sound right. They never sound quite right. This album did something that I had not experienced before. It brings me into the uncanny valley, which I've had happen with video and images and whatnot, but I've never experienced that when it comes to audio. I've never experienced entering that place where I feel like I know where I am, but I don't know where I am because something isn't quite right here. It was a really strange experience, and if you have access to Apple Music or any of the Google Play or any streaming service that has this album on it, check it out. Because I know it's in Apple Music because that's where I listen to it. And it floored me. I mean, even now, you can tell I'm having a really hard time talking about it because it's so disjointed from anything that I would have expected from them or from the music industry as a whole. Like, I don't understand how their management thought that doing a complete cover album, and it's not like it's a cover, when I say a cover album, it's a cover of an album. They do every track that's on Led Zeppelin to every track in order, in the same arrangement. It is strange. It is strange beyond strange. It is utterly bizarre. I don't know. Definitely check it out if you haven't had a chance to, because it's different. It's definitely different. Kind of like this episode of the podcast. It's been a while since we've talked about music on the podcast, and I wanted to try to find a way to do that again. I'm not sure about this format, and I would love to know what you guys think. You can always, as always, go to projectshadow.com or hit me up on social media and let me know what you think about this episode and how this worked. I would like to do this more often because I really do like discussing music. I wish I would have had more insightful things to say, but honestly, the bands that I picked today, Mother Feather, they just rule. They're awesome. Definitely check out their YouTube because their music videos they're everything that you would want in a modern glam rock band. Like, I can't wait till they're on a stage filling up an arena with fire shooting out of their drum kit I mean, yeah, I'm in love. A great band, and the other tracks that we talked about are good. And then there's this whole Train Led Zeppelin thing. Yeah, that happened. One other shout out. It's been a while since the album came out, but I really did want to mention it just because I'm a huge fan of nerdcore rap. Listen to a lot. I've been listening to a lot of Random lately. If you're not familiar with Mega Ran, then you have to check him out. He is just astounding. His lyrics, his everything. You have to check him out. His new album, Random RNDM, is so good. I'm looking at it right now in my library, and I have given a heart to every track, and it's rare that I do that to an album. It has songs that will make you feel like Believe. Believe is such a feel-good track, really get you moving. OP featuring Richie Branson in Storyville. That's a good song to get you up and running. Laugh at you. Great. Just every track on this. Infinite Lives. I love Infinite Lives. Just great album. If you're into nerdcore rap, if you're not sure what nerdcore rap is and you want to check it out, he is a great place to dip in and see what that is. Definitely, if you want to get a really good idea of who Mega Ran is, like how I fell in love with Mega Ran, the first track I ever heard from Mega Ran was a song called X-Men. It's on his album Traps. Television and radio are poison. Definitely, it's X-Men, EX-MEN. Definitely check that track out. It is kind of a breakup song, but it uses the names of and elements from the X-Men universe to tell the story of the breakup, and it's brilliant. It's just brilliant. And I haven't had a chance to talk about him on the podcast, and I really wanted to give him a shout out because I've been listening to a lot of Mega Ran. And like I said, my music is eclectic. And of course, everything from Melanie Martinez, which I've noticed seems to be blowing up. Her latest track that she dropped, Alphabet Boy, seems to be getting some traction, which is great because I love Melanie Martinez. If you're not listening to Melanie Martinez, you should be listening to her as well. At least check her out, man. Her album Cry Baby is brilliant from cover to cover. Just lots of good stuff out there. So definitely hit me up. Let me know what music you're listening to, what music you think I should be listening to. I would love to hear from you guys on that. Let me know what you thought about this episode and how you would like to handle this thing in the future. Because I'd like to do more episodes like this. I've been thinking about maybe doing a weekly episode like this, but I don't know. It's different from the way I've been doing things, and you know me and difference. We do not like change. It scares us. As always, thank you guys for listening. You can check me out at projectshadow.com. I'm doing a lot of stuff for dragonsofnight.com right now. Some of the stuff you can see, some of the stuff is hidden secretly on the site that you may be able to find, but it's not quite public yet. Other stuff will be appearing over there. Of course, follow me on Twitter. It's kind of my main social network of choice. You can hit me up on Anchor. Definitely follow me on Anchor. If you use Anchor, look for Charlie Dorset on Anchor. I'm really wanting to use it a lot more for the podcast to get you guys' voices on here. So if you have any questions, you can send them to me on Anchor, and I will be doing Anchor posts, asking questions, and possibly playing the responses on the show so we can have kind of more of a conversation and just having conversation over there. Love Anchor a lot. And of course, as always, thank you for your support. If you can, we have a Patreon page. That's patreon.com/CEDorset. Again, you can find a link over at Project Shadow. Definitely, if you can, hit me up for $1 a month. That would be really awesome. It'd help us out a lot. I have decided to take all of my stuff free, which was a hard decision for me, but you guys have been so supportive in so many ways. I want to try this and see how it works. So all you have to do is, if you can help out, help out. If not, everything's still free. Just head over to projectshadow.com. When you sign up for the newsletter, you'll get a link to all of my books for free. All of them. Except for one, which will be changing soon. The contract over Fate's Harrow is just about up, so it'll be included as well very, very shortly. But thank you guys for listening. As always, have the fun. Bye.